Welcome to the Confidence in You podcast, designed to help you build confidence and create positive, lasting change in your life. And here's your host, Helen Luxford.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast dedicated to helping you boost your self-esteem and confidence. I'm Helen Luxford, and today we have an exciting topic to explore: 4 ways to find your passion. In this episode, we'll delve into practical strategies to uncover your passions and ignite a sense of purpose in your life. So let's get started. Finding your passion can be a transformative journey that brings fulfillment and joy to your life, because it's about discovering the things, the activities, the interests, and the pursuits that make your heart sing, that lift you up, that make you smile or feel good inside. So let's get right into it. Here's 4 ways to help you on your quest to find your passion. The first way is to explore your curiosity. Be curious. Have a childlike approach to things. You know what I mean? When kids see something for the first time, they light up. It surprises them. They look to feel it, to see it, to understand it. Remember when you've seen a child pick up an autumn leaf and they squeeze it in their hand and it crackles and they're really surprised by it? Or the first time you take them to the beach and they see the waves come in and they're excited by it, and then the waves go back out and then they come back in again, and then their little toes get wet and their little eyes light up with curiosity. But as we grow and we have experiences in life, we tend to lose our curiosity, and we lose it about the things that we see and that we experience and that we feel. And we lose our curiosity because we get a lens. We get a lens of expectation based on our past experiences. And that expectation lens, it gives us that expectation, and we see what we expect to see. And we miss out on all the other things that are going on in that moment. And this is a very common, normal, human natured thing to do. But now that you've become aware of it, you can look at things differently. You can change your lens. So I invite you to change your lens, to pop a new one on and look to see things differently. Look to see the things you haven't seen before. To feel the air. To hear things around you, to experience the world around you in the moment instead of rushing through life. Take some time to stop and smell the roses. Pay attention to things that naturally pique your interest and ignite a sense of curiosity within you. It could be as simple as looking around when you're walking to work or to the station, or sitting on the tram or the train or the bus. Or it could be sitting in a cafe, one that you're familiar with, that you've been to many times before, and really paying attention to where you sit. Do you sit in the same spot every time? And if you sit somewhere differently, will you see things differently? The answer is yes, you will. You'll notice different things. Or just look around you. Look at the walls, the paintings. Have you ever noticed that print, that painting, that sign in your local cafe? Have you ever looked out the window and looked across the road and noticed what's out there? Is there familiar cars? Is there trees? Is there new buildings? Is there new work going on somewhere? Take some time to notice new things in familiar places. And when you do, use your curiosity and ask yourself, I wonder how long that's been there. Be curious about your day-to-day activities as well. Or be curious about the way you go into a meeting, either at work or in a social setting, or how you approach your hobbies. Do you set things up exactly the same every time? And what if you took things out a different way or laid them out differently? Would you see things in a different light? Or do you have a subject that you love reading about? Why don't you explore different ways to learn about that subject? Or what if there's a skill that you'd like to develop? How can you go about learning something differently or new, a new way of learning about that skill? Follow your curiosity, because it may lead you to uncover different hidden passions of yours. The second way to find your passion is to reflect on your fondest childhood memories, your fondest dreams and aspirations as a kid. Did you want to be Wonder Woman or Superman or someone like that? Think back to your younger years and just remember and recall the activities that brought you the most joy and excitement. What really, really got you excited as a kid? Because often our childhood dreams hold clues to our true passions, to our purpose, and to things that we're good at. Did you love to draw or write or dress up or dance or sing or read or perform or to build things or create communities? Were you the kid that was always bringing people together? What was it about your childhood that you really enjoyed, you look back on with the fondest of memories? Because reconnecting with those dreams can ignite something in you. It can help reignite a sense of purpose, and it might point you towards your true calling. The third way to find your passion is to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, new experiences. We get so caught up in the day-to-day, the humdrum, the hamster wheel, the getting through the day, the activities of work, of home, of running around and doing things, that we forget about exploring new and different things because we're on that rush timeline. Or we get into habits, and that's just how we do things. That's the habit, that's the routine. We go the same way to work every day. We have the same thing for lunch. We pack the kids' lunch. We get them off to school. We have our routine. And it becomes a habit. And then we don't do anything outside our comfort zone because we're in this new habit, this new formation of how we go about things. You know, in COVID lockdown, people got used to being so close to home all the time that when the lockdowns were lifted, some people experienced anxiety about re-engaging with the world again. And that's because as humans, we're quick to adapt and we get used to a new environment. And in doing so, we learn to form that habit and we fall back on that familiar, that new way of doing. Because that's our mind's job. It's to keep us safe and to keep us in the familiar. So when we form those habits, and they become the familiar in our unconscious mind, it's hard for us to experience something new or different, because when we do want to do something new or different, our mind goes off like an alarm. And it's like, oh, I'm not sure about that, go back to the safe and the familiar. And it does everything it can to keep us safe and stuck back in that familiar. But being stuck in those habits in the familiar isn't necessarily following our passions. And you know what? When we lose our childlike curiosity and desire to be and do things, we lose a little bit of ourselves, of our ability to learn, to experience and grow, which is also part of our humanness. We're not meant to stay still. Things change all the time. Nature changes. Day becomes night, night becomes day. The moon rises, it goes through its cycle, and then there's no moon, and then there's a new moon. We're not meant to stay still. We're meant to adapt, to develop, and to continue on our journey. That is part of nature, of humanness, and of the world we live in. But sometimes us humans get stuck in our habits. And then we don't explore. We don't step outside our comfort zone. And we get stuck. But when we do push ourselves a little bit, just a little bit, to step into the uncomfortable, into the unknown, and stretch ourselves just a little bit outside our comfort zone, you know what? Sometimes we may not even be aware of our passions until we stretch, until we expose ourselves to different and new opportunities, to those new and different things that we haven't experienced before. And then all of a sudden, we can ignite a spark within us and give us another zest for life because you've explored something new. You've found something that you'd never experienced before and it excites you. It's reignited that spark inside you. So be open to new experiences. Take a chance. Take a small risk and embrace the unknown. Exploring, doing, and attempting new things can lead you to unexpected passions and open doors to exciting possibilities. Start small, just a tiny little step into the outside your comfort zone. Do something different tomorrow or the next day to spark a light inside you. And the fourth way to find your passion is to really tune in and listen to your inner voice and trust your intuition. Your head, heart and gut, trust them being in aligned. Now, our inner voice can be our biggest cheerleader or our biggest critic. And sometimes our cheerleader's telling us to do something, our head, heart and gut, you know deep down you want to do it, but that inner critic is sitting on your shoulder saying, no, get back in your comfort zone, don't do it. So learn ways to quieten the critic and allow the cheerleader to guide you, to be your biggest cheerleader, to spur you on to do those things, to step outside your comfort zone. Listen to your heart and gut and go deep within. Listen to that heart-gut voice that's inside there, that's softly nudging you to do what brings you joy. Listen to your intuition that is guiding you to do something for yourself, to ignite a spark in you, to find your passion, because deep down, it's there. It knows what truly lights you up. Take a few quiet moments to tune in and listen to your intuition. What's it telling you? Because trusting your heart and gut and following your inner guidance can lead you to discover your deepest passions. But if you find that inner critic is louder than your cheerleader, then I encourage you to get some coaching to help you focus on discovering, connecting with what really makes you happy, what's important to you, and be able to focus on that. And remember, finding your passion is a journey, and it may not happen overnight. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the process of exploration, of curiosity, of wonder, of stepping outside your comfort zone. And along the way, you may encounter challenges or setbacks, and that's okay because they're all part of the journey towards discovery, towards understanding where you're going. And some of those challenges or setbacks may be a fork in the road, and it may be the fork you need to take. So embrace the challenges, the setbacks, learn from them, explore them, and that will help you discover your true passions. Because knowing what you don't want is just as important as knowing what you do want. And as we wrap up today, I encourage you to take the first step in finding your passion. Be a little bit curious about life. And as a quick recap, the 4 ways to find your passion is start exploring your curiosity, reconnect with your childhood dreams, seek out new experiences, stretch your comfort zone just a little bit, and listen to your inner voice, your cheerleader, your intuition, and be guided to take a chance and do something that brings you joy. And embrace the journey, the excitement and the joy that comes from uncovering your passions. Thank you for joining me again today, and if you found value in today's discussion, please share it with someone who might benefit from it. And remember to subscribe to my podcast and YouTube channel for more uplifting content. Remember, your passions are waiting to be discovered, and by following them, you can create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Dig deep and find your confidence. Stay curious, and always remember that your passions are a reflection of your unique gifts and talents. Until next time, take care and keep embracing your journey of self-discovery and let your light shine. Until next time, bye for now.